Welcome everybody, Farm Sim Snowy here. In this video we're going to look at a new mod map released for Farming Simulator 19. So this is Pioneiros Map or Pioneers Map by Granjeiro, Lostgamer Vergamini Modding. It's only 90.40 megabytes to download, and it says in the 1980s settlers left southern Brazil for central western Brazil in search of new land. Take on the role of one of these settlers in this map based on this region and era. Simulate with your friends a saga of the Mato Grosso pioneers in the farming simulator. You have to create the fields and build the farm yourself. In addition to the original crops, the map has extra crops such as beans, sorghum and rice. It counts with 2 points of sale of grains, Cooperative Terra Nova Terminal 1, sale of wool and cotton at the spinning mill, sale of wood chips and logs at UG Logging, contains 3 water catchment points identified with icons on the map. Sale of potatoes, beets and sugarcane at the Terra Nova Cooperative Terminal 1. Milk will be sold at the Detientios. I've probably murdered that. Dete. Sale of eggs at Armazém de Lady. Sale of bells at Comercio de Belos. Limestone purchase at the port. Have a good game. So let's go and check it out. And here we are. So I'm a little bit late doing this map tour because I've been at my niece's wedding for most of the day. So as soon as I got home I had a quick look at it and thought it's not going to take too long, so I thought I'd try and do it now. So here we are on the map. This is where you start off. This is the map. We zoom out. As you can see, not a lot going on because it is very much like sort of no man's land and flat map. So I'm in new farmer mode, and in new farmer mode we get plot 10 given to us, which is pretty cool. So as you can see, they're all numbered, the plots, like no man's land, flat map. These ones over this side, they're all reasonably the same sort of price, around the 260 to 270. Some are a little bit cheaper. The ones down the right hand side of the map are smaller squares and a little bit cheaper as well, as you can see. So 250,000 there, 257, 134. You get the gist like that. We've got a few sale points and things here which we'll check out. Obviously this is where we actually start, and there's a main road that runs all the way across the middle of the map to the port area where there's more sale points. We've got a river that runs all the way around like that, kind of does a U shape and back up through our plot. So it's pretty much build your own. There's a lot of trees on here to be cut down. It's not as dense, trees and the forestry, when you get out away from the river and the main road. So when you get sort of out in these areas, it's not as dense. So it's going to be a case of clearing the trees and, you know, creating your own things. There's no modded in items on here. There is some custom crops if we go to the end. We've got the beans, sorghum, rice, and it also says at the end there, rice straw. So that sounds pretty cool and interesting. So I should assume as you harvest the rice, you'll get a straw swath. Obviously, if you've got straw swath enabled. So that's pretty cool, and you can sell that as well at the bell sell point. You can also, if we go into here, whilst we're on the subject of the rice straw, we go into baling technology. You can see you can bale it. It says rice straw there at the bottom, the symbols, and you can also pick it up with a loading wagon, which is pretty cool as well. The trailers have all been modded in to take all the custom crops as well as the rice straw. We go down to harvest the headers. There you see you can harvest the beans, sorghum and rice all with a standard header. In terms of planting and seeding, if we go into seeders, you can plant the beans and the sorghum with the seeders, and with planters you can plant, let's get on one where you can see all the pictures, there we go, you can plant all three with the planters. So I think that is pretty much that area covered. There is no contracts available, obviously, because there is nothing here. In terms of slot count, we'll go back on there. It is the same slot count across all three modes, and it is 285 out of 1299 because you start off with exactly the same equipment. The only difference being in Farm Manager and Start from Scratch, you don't start off with plot 10, you don't get anything. So we start off with a Fiat 1300 DT, the Bison Super ZO56 harvester, Farm Tech TDK 1600 trailer, header for your Bison. We've got a small plough, Salford 4204, and we've got the Amazon D830 seeder. That is it. That is all you start off with. But if you sell all that off, if you don't want to start with that equipment, you can get that slot count down to 240. So plenty of scope and plenty of opportunity on this map. It's nice, colourful map, what there is of it. Loads of different types of trees. It's got a nice lighting on it, is what I'm trying to say. So we start off here in like a kind of little community with these huts. But if we spin round and go to this end, we've got the first sell point, which is your main sell point, Cooperativa Terra Nova. So if we go on to there, it's this one here. Go back to the very start. It will take all your standard crops plus the 3 custom crops, as you can see. Next to that, we've got our shop. So your shop menu just there. We've got a cash point just there. And then round the back of here, we've got our workshop trigger with the area just there. This is also your reset point, or if you buy anything, lease anything, it appears here. Run further down, we have got, I'm not even going to try and pronounce that, but this is a fuel point. So just here, I should imagine, by the pump, it's where you can fill up, get your fuel. Just over here we've got an animal dealer. Obviously there is no animal pens built in the map, that's down to you to place down and build up. But if you want to do that, if you do get to the stage of having animals, you've got an animal dealer here, which is pretty cool. We'll run over here this way first. This is Comercio de Fardos, which is a bale sale point. A little bit of a clue there with the bales inside. So just out here. And your loose, if you want to sell your loose. Run up here, we've got the milk sale point just there, which is Granjeiro de Dete. Again, we'll have a look on the map. There it is. Just takes milk, nothing else, like so. That is pretty much this area. So a lot of things on top of each other. All of your equipment's dotted around. You can see the tractor trailer, seeder, a plough just behind it. That is one of the slowest tractors in the game. So what I'm going to do is lease a pickup and we'll drive across the map. I know there's not a huge amount to see, but we will drive it and check it out. I think we'll go for the old 78. So as you can see, it appears over there. But I love the different sort of, these little, I don't know if you'll cut them down, I doubt it. It's just probably just There's some really random looking trees that I don't think I've seen myself. But if I have, I certainly haven't noticed them. But we'll head on out. As you can see, we've got people roaming around. She would walk right down the middle, wouldn't she? And we'll head on out this way. Gets a little bit bumpy in places on this track, on this road. As you can see, it's a little bit more dense, the forest area either side of the track, like I said. But if we get a bit further out, I'll go off the road slightly so you can just see. So we've got a couple of bridges as well that are quite cool as we go across the river. You can already see it's getting to be a little bit more open out there through the trees. And there is a very, very different sort of mix of trees out there for you to cut down. Some of them you may have trouble with, but if you're not really into cutting them down and selling them, get the old T-Rex out, can't you? Just blitz them and you'll have a nice clear area in no time. So it does sort of sweep up a little bit there, the terrain, and comes back down a little bit. So it's not completely flat, this map. I think we go up again a little bit more here, as you can see. So what I'm going to do is just quickly nip off the track this way to show you. So as soon as we get out here, look, you can see it's a little bit more open with just a few trees dotted around. Obviously once you've cleared them, you're going to have to do probably a little bit of landscaping, but there is plenty of potential. I don't think there's quite as many open areas as sort of no man's land, where you can get away with just not cutting any trees down and just starting off straight away making a few fields here and there. You probably will if you can find a few gaps here and there. So we're heading into the sort of port area. Just to our left here we've got our egg sell point. Again, it's sort of the clue with the boxes just there. That is the Armazem, the lady. And we'll try not to run these people over. Head through these gates. And then just on our left here, that is your spinnery. Again, you've got your cotton and your wool there as a little hint. And if we nip across here and underneath, this is your second sell point, which is your Terra Nova Terminal 1. So obviously, you know, we've come all the way through along here to there. Terra Nova Terminal 1, all your standard crops plus potatoes, sugar beet, sugar cane. I think it only takes 2, yeah. Sorghum and rice you can sell there. And like I say, obviously rice straw you can sell at the Bell sell point as well. So head on out of here. Just in front of us underneath here is your lime station, your buy point for your lime. And then we move across to the sawmill. It's just here for your timber and your lumber with your little trigger there. And then we got your wood chips just over here, like so. And that is it. Nice setting though, with a big sort of barge there. Got the noises from the sawmill, and there's some lovely sort of bird noises when you're going through the forestry areas as well. that is it. That is Pioneers Map by Granjeiro, Lostgamer Vergamini Modding. I hope you have all enjoyed the map tour. If you have, please give us a like, and if you haven't subscribed yet, then please do. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future videos of mine. I've been Farm Sim Snowy. Stay frosty.